this recipe doesn't take a lot of ingredients. A few things that you're going to need is half and half. I have the Organic Valley half and half. I got mine from Rouse's. It's a local supermarket, but anything like a Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, anything will have this option. I got chicken broth. My husband did already open the cans for me because we have an automatic can opener that for the life of me I cannot figure out how to use. 1 stick of butter. We just got organic sweet cream butter. Corn. I got two bags of the super sweet. This is the 10-ounce Bird's Eye Steam Fresh bags. We got 2 of these. A bag of the Pick Sweet Farm seasoning blend. Some cayenne pepper, garlic powder, and if you're from the South, Tony Chachere's. And last but not least, crawfish tails. I have about a pound. This is made to feed 2.5 people, me, my husband, and my little girl. So if you're feeding any more than that, you may need more crawfish. But just for us 3, I just peeled about a pound from a boil that we had recently. Now this recipe I did get from my husband's grandmother. She is absolutely the best cook in the family. So I usually get all my recipes from her and just hope that they come out half as good as hers does. First thing you want to do is take your melted butter. You're going to want to take the entire stick. We're going old school with like Paula Deen in this video. Using a whole stick of butter, and you're just going to want to slightly melt that down. You're not going to want to put the heat on too high. Right now I have it on about a medium level. My stove ranges, it's an even number, so it goes from low to 4, 6, and then high. So I have mine on 4. And I'm just going to go ahead and melt that down. And now we've pretty much got all the butter melted. Once all your butter is melted, you're then going to add in your seasoning mix. And I'm going to add the entire bag. Because from the South, we like things very, very seasoned. So I'm going to add the entire bag. And then I'm going to mix it all in really well with the butter. And then I'm going to raise the heat to about 4 to 5 just to get a nice saute going. Hey guys, so the rest of this video is just going to be a voiceover. My house was just getting way too noisy with the dog and my little girl running around. So what I did there is I just let the butter and the onion saute real good for about 5 minutes. Once it came to a steady boil, I am adding 3 tablespoons of flour. And what this step is going to do is it is going to make what's called a blonde roux. It's the same thing as a regular roux that you would make for a gumbo or a stew, except it's going to be a lot lighter and a lot thicker. And once you have all of this mixed in really well together, you're going to bring this to a little bit of a steady boil, and you're going to let this simmer for about 4 or 5 minutes, just like you did the first step with the onions and the butter. So this is just a still clip of it simmering. This is what it's going to look like for about 4 to 5 minutes. So once it is done simmering really well, what you're going to do is you're then going to add your cream or your half and half. And I am going to add the entire carton. And once you add the entire carton, you guessed it, you're going to let this simmer for about 4 to 5 minutes. And here is just a still clip of the onions, butter, and the half and half simmering. This is what it's going to look like for about 4 to 5 minutes. And then the next step that you're going to do is you're going to add your corn. Now here I added, in the beginning I told you I had bought 2 of these bags. So this is the first one that I'm using, and just by eyeballing it, I figured that both bags would be too much. So I just added half of the second one. And then what you're going to do is, again, you're going to bring it up, you're going to raise your heat a little bit, and then you're going to bring this up to a simmer as well. Now this you might have, depending on how much corn that you use, you might have to let this one simmer a little bit more. You're just going to want to let it simmer until the corn is completely cooked through. So here at this point is when you're going to want to also add your seasoning. So here you can see that I'm just adding my Tony Chachere's, my onion powder, and my cayenne pepper. Now I do this again. I'm not sure if I got a clip of it, but I do this twice. So I add it all in, I mix it up real good, and then I let it simmer. And then about halfway through it simmering, I do taste it. So I check to see how the corn's cooking, how everything's incorporated together, and I did see if I want any more seasoning, and then if so, I will add more. If not, then I just let it go ahead and keep on cooking. And here you can see that I did want to add a little bit, well, a lot of it more. Once, as it boils and it simmers, a lot of the seasoning does cook away. So I just did this step twice, and then it actually got the seasoning just how I wanted it. Now the cayenne pepper I only did once because my little girl was eating some of it too, and I didn't want it to be too spicy for her. Sorry guys, when it was time to add the crawfish, my camera completely stopped recording. So the last part was just to add the crawfish tails, and once you add them, you're going to let it simmer again for about 4 to 5 minutes. Now the crawfish tails are already cooked, so you just need them to really reheat in the mix. And then I got just a plain French bread, and I cut it into halves, I guess, or pieces like this. And I put them under the broiler for about 3 to 4 minutes until they are toasted. And then I just added it to a bowl of the bisque. So this is it, guys. This is the final product. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next one.